Alright guys, so if you watched my last update video, you might have seen that I had mentioned a 1999 Jeep Cherokee possibly coming to the channel, and it is here. You can see I got the Accord right over there. I really just hosed it down. It's not clean, but I figured I would just make a little quick introduction here. The rust it's not terrible. It is worse than when I had originally bought it. You have to ignore all these stickers. I have to get a razor blade to peel all of them. I don't have one. But story on this 1999 Jeep Cherokee Classic, which you don't see many of them. Most of these are sports. Bought this, I really bought it almost 2 years ago now, when I was with an ex-girlfriend of mine. She was looking for a Cherokee. I found this on Craigslist up on the North Shore for $1,800. And then we immediately turned around and sunk like $3,000 into it. So it's had a lot of mechanical work, and it's still not perfect, but it was in really, really good condition. When we bought it, rust-wise, it's gotten a little bit worse. The main problem is the roof. You could see that it has, the rust has kind of taken over here, but I think we can sand that down and fix it. It's got the classic XJ saggy doors just a little bit. You can see that this door doesn't exactly line up. They all do this. So that has to be adjusted. This rocker panel, not terrible. A little bit of surface rust starting, but I think I can catch it in time. At least I hope. I'm no expert, but you can see there's definitely worse up here. These are really, really hard to find that just aren't completely gone. Let me take a look underneath there. The unibody frame looks really, really good, but yeah. In Jeep's Classic, I think it's Forest Green Pearl. Oh, this might be the other green. I have to check the paint code, but yeah. There is a rocker panel cover on this side. I'm a little afraid to take it off. But when I go up underneath, it looks like the rocker panel's still there and intact, so that's good. I do have to clean these wheels up really, really bad. I had them, if you go to my Instagram, I think it's Bobby Doucette, all one word. I'll put a link in the description. You can see older pictures of this. I had the wheels all nice and cleaned up. So that can go back to the way it was eventually, when it stops raining. You can see it does have these LED headlights in here. She put these in. They'll probably stay. I don't love the look, but they're really, really functional. And the stock headlights suck. I may get like better bulbs. These are like your eBay special, and I don't like blinding the shit out of people, but we'll see. It has almost brand new Firestone destinations on it. These have maybe 8,000 miles on them, because that's all she's drove it in 2 years. So this car will definitely see a lot more road time than it previously has. But I guess enough of walking around the outside. We'll head inside. See, interior, not awful. This seat, they all do this right here. Otherwise, seats are in really, really good shape besides being dirty. But like I said, I haven't even touched the interior yet. It does have the factory all-weather mats. When I worked at Jeep, I was actually able to steal these out of a trade that we got from a 96 model. So that I was able to steal those. So those are in there. Hop on in. You see, we don't have a rear view mirror, and we also don't have a headliner. This did have the overhead console at one time. You could see kind of where it sat. This was a more loaded classic model. So I have to find the lights and stuff and wire that all back in. I may just leave it without the headliner because I'm like, I can barely fit in this. And with the headliner, it just kind of, I've been in these with the headliner and I feel like I have a lot more headroom without it. And so I may just leave it that way, but we'll see. Start it up. Ignition's a little funny, but they all do it. Let's see, 176,000 miles. We bought this with 166 originally, something along those lines. And it was only a couple thousand miles into the ownership that we dumped, well, it was mostly her, but dumped all that money into it. Does have a little bit of an exhaust rattle and a leak down under here somewhere. I think the entire muffler may be junk, or the entire system really. It's kind of, it looks like a really cheap exhaust system, but it's an old Jeep Cherokee, so I'm not really that concerned about it. But yeah, transmission works great. I'll go ahead and pop the hood for you, which is a little stuck. Radio does not work. That's because of the wires in the door. You may even be able to see that some of these are broken. Yeah, in there. This is the issue. And then who's to say that the speakers are any good after that? I don't know if they will be. But we'll see. This, according to the build sheet, this had the Infinity sound system back in the day. So we'll have to see. But overall, for $1,000, I can't really complain. These definitely go for a lot more up here in a lot worse condition. And up under the hood, 4-liter, straight 6. The old AMC motor they introduced this in 1987, I believe. Yeah, looks pretty good. Had a really bad valve cover leak at one time. We fixed that, had brand new spark plugs put in. I'm gonna have it looked over one more time just to double check, but it runs really strong. You can see the hood was red at one time, so I think this has been painted. When it's clean, you can tell that the hood doesn't quite match. But regardless, another thing leading me to believe that this might have been hit in the front at one time is the grille. It's not supposed to have the chrome grille, it's supposed to be color keyed. That's like a feature of the classic model. That's why I like the classic model the most, because you get these color keyed fender flares, bumpers, and the grille. But we might keep the chrome grille, we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Coming over to the back, you can see a little bit of a problem on the tailgate here, but it's an old Jeep. This does have the classic failing tailgate. They all do this. You try to open it normally, it doesn't work. Let me make sure it's unlocked. All the power locks work. The power windows work, but only with the master switches. So that's another minor thing I have to take care of. Basically, you try to open it on its own, it doesn't want to open. If you push kind of over to the left of the license plate and then try to open it, opens just fine. And then it does need tailgate struts, but you can see kind of the shit she left me all scattered all over the place. But we'll have to sort through it. I have to see what's. I think I have the original headlights in the box, stuff like that. Looks like an armrest lid. I think this is the original. If I remember correctly, this is the original armrest lid. It was broken, so I found that one at a junkyard. Put it in. Does have the factory, I think factory tow hitch. I won't be using it, but regardless, it is there. And you may recognize these license plates. These are the old Accord plates. I don't have plates for it yet. But we'll see. We'll get it registered eventually. It's kind of hard with the whole COVID-19 thing, but the Mass R&B is doing appointments online, so if I can snag an appointment, I will. But I think that's going to about do it. Take a look in the back here. Looks almost, I'd say, brand new back here. Nobody really ever sat back here. Still has the jack and stuff. And oh, look at this. What is this? Oh boy, this was a mistake. But regardless, yeah, I guess I think that's gonna about do it. We'll go ahead and shut it off because it needs an oil change really bad. I guess I'll put it in the driveway for you guys. That way you can at least see that it moves. Also has this blower motor resistor problem. I replaced the blower motor resistor, but I have to reconnect the connector. It's not exactly in there all the way, so it only works on 4. But cold AC, warm heat, so that's always a good thing. Four-wheel drive works, so that's all good. Can't think of much of anything else. It's a lot of small stuff. The rust is really my main concern. This shouldn't need too much mechanically. I have quite the extensive list of stuff that we did to it. And now stuff that we did to it is a lot of more expensive classic XJ things like the harmonic balancer. I had the whole front suspension rebuilt. I think the rear may be next, but we'll see. We'll see where this thing goes. Let me know what you guys think down below, and thanks for watching.